gotten a lot of questions around, how much does Microsoft pay early in career? What's the salary like at Microsoft? Or how much does Microsoft pay professionals and all? What are the benefits? What are the package and all? So I've gotten a lot of questions around that area, which is why I'm making this video. So on this video, I'm going to be breaking it down, sharing, apart from salary, what else do you get as part of your employment package, if I should call it that. So let's go right in. And if you see me looking down, it's because I have my notes here, which I've used to write down everything, so I don't miss out everything. I want this video to carry as much information as possible. Okay, so the first thing obviously is the salary, and when it comes to salary, is a very sensitive conversation and also a confidential one. So instead of giving you guys a specific amount, what I'm going to be doing is to give a range for early in career and also for professionals. So if you're early in career, you should be expecting, this is like, okay, maybe I should go from an intern. So as an intern, also using Nigeria as a case study, because I was hired when I was in Nigeria during for the internship, for the full-time, for the early in career, for the professional level and all. So all this happened when I was in Nigeria. So I'm going to be using Nigeria as a case study here. So if you are joining Microsoft as an intern in Nigeria, you should be looking at somewhere around monthly you should be looking at somewhere around 200,000 naira to about 350 or 400,000 naira per month. So you can just do an annual on that if you want to get the annual figure. For early in career, that is if you join Microsoft through what they call the Aspire program, which is the early in career program or the trainee program, you are on an annual basis. We are looking at something around 10 million naira to about 15 to 17 million naira, or let's say 10 million to 20 million. Let's just round it up. 10 million naira to 20 million naira annually, and this is non-inclusive of commission and also excluding tax. So depending on how much tax you are paying, give or take 20%, 25%, 21%, depending. So you will know what the net income will be on that. And then for professionals, so if you join Microsoft as a professional, regardless of the role, we are looking at something around 20 million to 50 million and above. So it depends on the role, it depends on the level of the role. So some people, senior level, high senior level, can earn up to 70 million to 80 million to 100 million a year before tax. But let's say a level 2, level 3 senior role, we are looking at something around 20 million to 50 million annually. So that is for salary, right? The next one is allowances. Microsoft gives a lot of allowance. I remember when I joined Microsoft, for interns, they don't give interns any allowance. So because interns are not full-time permanent employees. So as long as you're a full-time permanent employee, you get allowances. And one of the allowances that Microsoft gives is you get a car allowance, you get a house allowance, which they pay quarterly, but I think they recently changed that to every six months. Then you get a driver allowance, you get a car allowance. Did I mention car earlier? Yeah, you get a car allowance. Then you get phone allowance, you get internet allowance, and I think that is all. Then the next one is you get a sign-on bonus. So sign-on bonus, you negotiate sign-on bonus the same way you negotiate salary. So, but we're looking at something around minimum of $2,500 because it comes in stock, a certain amount of stock in dollars. So we are looking at something around $2,500 to, it can go as high as $50,000. So that depends also on the role, that depends also on the level or seniority or level of the role. And again, when you get a sign-on bonus, it's not as if the money is available for you to use because it's stock, and Microsoft doesn't issue the stock out immediately or all the stock out immediately. You get kind of a percentage of the stock every quarter. So they kind of it's called vesting, right? You get a certain percentage of your sign-on bonus vest every quarter, which once it vests, you will now have access to it. You can either sell it or you leave it because it's stock for it to continue to appreciate. Then the next one is pension. So Microsoft also contributes to your pension contributions. So I think they do 200% because it's like times 2 of what you yourself is contributing. They match it times 2 and contribute to your pension, which helps your retirement savings account grow very fast and also very large. Another thing is health insurance. For me, I really love this one. The health insurance coverage is superb. Microsoft use Bupa as of before I left Microsoft. They use Bupa, and I believe they still use Bupa as their insurance partner. And Bupa is a global insurance company, which means anywhere you travel in the whole world, outside of US, not that they don't cover US, but they have a special insurance card for US. So Bupa will give you, if you open your Bupa app, you'll see the normal international insurance card, and then you see that US specific insurance card. So what that means is anywhere in the world, if you travel, you can use your Bupa insurance card to get treatment and all that. And the coverage is very, very extensive. And even when you go to a hospital that does not recognize Bupa, right, all you just need to do is pay, and then they will reimburse you whatever expense that you've made on that particular treatment or surgery or whichever the case is. And I think the only thing that you have to like co-pay with them or co-insure with them is when it comes to dental. I've gotten lenses and glasses and they covered it like 100%. I've done full body assessment, treatment and all that, and they covered 100%. The only thing I had to like pay 20% was when I was using Bupa for dental treatment and dental issues. That is it. The next one is employee stock purchase. So as a Microsoft employee, you are entitled to purchasing Microsoft stock at a discounted rate. I think before I left, they do maximum of 10%. Is it 10%? Yeah, they give you 10% discount. So how that works is you can declare to buy stock with your salary before they issue you your salary. Okay, how it works is they deduct the money before you get your salary. So whatever deduction they make at the end of every quarter, they put it all together and then use it to buy stock. But there is a certain limit you can get. I think you can't exceed 15% of your salary. Yeah, you can't exceed 15% of your salary. You can only apply for them to deduct only 15% of your salary every month and then save it, and then at the end of the quarter they add all those money together, use it to buy stock for you. And of course you get a laptop for you to be able to do your job at home or from home. Some org or some team, you will also get. For my team, I only got a a laptop and a headset, something like this. But for some team, especially software engineering team, they tend to go a bit further to, give you things like screen, give you things like keyboard, mouse, a bag, and swag like Microsoft branded t-shirts and things like that. So you also get that as well. The next one is Microsoft Perks. Yes. So as an employee, there is a certain amount that is dedicated for you as an employee to spend. I think they renew it every year. It ranges from, I will not give a specific amount, but it ranges from 200,000 naira to a 500,000 naira every year for you to use and get reimbursed on expenses around well-being. So if you buy a smartwatch like an Apple Watch, right, you'll be able to get a reimbursement on that. If you buy sneakers, sportswears, I think you can even use it for spa, mental treatment, taking counseling, a lot of stuff, right? You can get reimbursed on that. Another thing that you also get as an employee is you get LinkedIn discount, because Microsoft owns LinkedIn. So they give you a LinkedIn discount on an annual basis where you apply and get a discounted rate for LinkedIn, which I love a lot. I use it obviously. And then LinkedIn Premium gives you access to learning, so automatically you also have access to LinkedIn Learning. And another one that I found very, very interesting and very, very sweet was that you also get access to Coursera, but that has a question mark to it, or has a bit of work to it. You don't just get it. You have to kind of apply for it, and your manager have to approve it. And if your manager approves it, you will then be able to use it. You get a login detail. I think it's kind of different, because when I logged in on it and then I checked the normal Coursera platform and then checked that one, they looked different. So I think Coursera has a portal for enterprise customers where their employees can go through curated learnings. So that you also have access to. The next one is Microsoft Store. So as an employee, you have access to Microsoft Store to buy a lot of product at a discounted rate, as long as that product is supported, which I found to be somehow, as long as that product is supported in your country. So how I found this out was one of my friends wanted to get a Microsoft Surface laptop, so I wanted to then buy it and then send it to him. And when I requested for it, I was told that because Surface is not being sold in Africa, or is it in Nigeria? Because I doubt if they don't sell Surface laptop in South Africa. But yeah, I was told that my Surface does not have support in Nigeria. I think it was in Nigeria, and Surface is not being sold in Nigeria. So therefore, they are not able to process my purchase, and I won't be able to apply also my employee discounts on the purchase. But aside that, you can buy things like Xbox, you can buy Xbox games, buy software like Windows, M365, and you get all those at a discounted rate. So another benefit that also comes, I think this is also very good and awesome for developers. For me, I actually enjoyed it a lot, is Visual Studio license. So as a Microsoft employee, you get a Visual Studio license, but not just Visual Studio. Visual Studio license gives you a whole lot of other solutions. You get, with Visual Studio license, you'll be able to get Windows Server license. You'll be able to get a lot of Microsoft products, software products license, GitHub license. You also be able to get GitHub license that you can use outside of Microsoft, which is why this is really nice. And you get also M365 license, Office license, Windows license, Excel, Word, and all the Microsoft package or all the Microsoft softwares. You get all the licenses under that Microsoft Visual Studio license, which you can then use outside of the Microsoft tools that they've given you. Like you can use it on your personal laptop to activate. Maybe if you are installing a Windows 11 on your personal laptop, you can use those licenses to activate those Windows on your personal laptop. So you get that. So I've mentioned quite a lot of stuff. I've mentioned salary. You get a salary. You get allowances. You get a sign-on bonus. You get pension. You get health coverage, health insurance, and life insurance coverage. And trust me, the life insurance coverage Microsoft employees get is quite huge. Sometimes I wish they can just convert that to liquid cash and give me. But yeah, you get that. You get opportunity to purchase Microsoft stocks. You get perks, a certain amount for wellness. You get LinkedIn discounts. You get Coursera access. You get access to employee store, where you're able to buy Microsoft product at a discounted rate, especially the hardwares. Yes, obviously, you get your laptop as a new employee. You get, depending on the team, you can get also a screen, a keyboard, a mouse, a bag, and then some branded swags. Salary, I've shared the range also. What again? I think that is it. And again, these are the packages, or these are the things or benefits that I got being a Microsoft employee in Nigeria. But I think most companies have kind of the same structure in terms of package. I know in the US you talk of instead of the pension that I mentioned earlier, you talk about 401k, right? The salary is practically the same thing but different amounts. Maybe instead of talking in Nigerian millions, you'll probably be talking in thousands, right? But they are pretty much the same thing. So depending on where you are applying from, are you applying from US, from Nigeria, this kind of gives you an idea of what you should be expecting, because regardless of the location, you get your stock, you get the allowances, you get the salary, you get your pension. So Nigeria pension, US 401k, you get stock opportunity to do opportunity to do stock purchase, you get perks also, and you get pretty much everything. So it's the same thing, but probably different amount because of the currency and also the economy of the particular country. These are the things that influence how much those benefits would be. So if you've stayed this far, means the video was valuable for you. So please don't forget to subscribe, click the like button. This is a way of encouraging me to make more videos to support people like you, and also make more content that can help other people, and also help YouTube to also push this video to people that might find it very, very useful. Thank you, and see you on the next one. Ciao.